बेसिकली व्हाट इज योग? योग क्या होता है? पीपल जनरली एसोसिएट योग मीन्स योगा, बिकॉज योग जो है बाहर जाके योगा हो. So people think yoga means all these kind of exercises. But today we have to realize everything is yoga. Any spiritual discipline that you are doing in your life is yoga. और योग का मीनिंग क्या है? योग has come from the word yoke. जैसे ऑक्सन को कार्ट में योग करते हैं, जोड़ते हैं. योग means connection, attachment, union. Yoga is finally the union of Atma with Paramatma. But before we realize this ultimate union of Atma with Paramatma, पहले हमें स्वयं के साथ योग करना पड़ता है. आज today you yourself are fragmented into so many consciousness. आज आप खुद ही स्वयं के कंट्रोल में नहीं हो. आज हर इंसान रियलाइज करता है, काश मैं ये कर पाता तो. Every person knows that if he is able to control himself, he can do a lot. दुनिया को तो छोड़ो. आज एक स्टूडेंट जानता है, अगर मैं कंसंट्रेट करके पढ़ाई कर लेता तो मार्क्स अच्छे आ जाते. आज एक एम्प्लॉय जानता है, टुडे इफ आई हैव डिसिप्लिन, आई एम एबल टू रीच ऑफिस ऑन टाइम, आई एम एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द बॉस वांट्स फ्रॉम मी, आई एम एबल टू कंसंट्रेट, डेफिनेटली आई विल गेट प्रमोशन. Yes or no? Today a person knows, if I have more patience, more understanding, more trust, I can definitely have good relationships. Yes or no? A businessman knows that today if I become more active, I control my employees better, I take on every opportunity in the right way and use it fully, I will definitely get success. Yes or no? So today first is the step is we have to achieve yoga within ourselves. पहले तो स्वयं के अंदर योग करना है, उसके बाद सोचेंगे परमात्मा के साथ. Today understand every human being is living with a very limited potential. आप बहुत छोटे पोटेंशियल के साथ काम कर रहे हो. Don't you look up at people and say how he is doing so much? How? When you look at मुकेश अंबानी, how can he handle so much business? यहाँ मैं 30 लोगों का बिजनेस नहीं संभाल पाता. यहाँ मैं अपने अंदर 10 एम्प्लॉइज को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाता. How there are people who are controlling so many people, so many areas. How they are doing it? Yes or no? Don't you wonder? उनके भी वही 2 हाथ है, 2 पैर है, वो कोई ज़्यादा बॉडी बिल्डर तो है नहीं. How they are able to do more work, handle more people, think more, plan more. How they are able to do it? Because of yoga. They are able to do it only because of yoga. They are not lucky. कोई उनके ऊपर कोई स्पेशल आशीर्वाद नहीं है. They have only worked on themselves. They have worked on their priorities of life. They have trained themselves, and today they are powerful. So understand, when will you be powerful? When all the 4 consciousness within you are in the same direction. Today you have got 4 consciousness. पहली है शरीर, your body. Second is mind, आपकी सोच. Third is your senses, your 10 senses. आपके जो 10 senses हैं, smell, taste, sight, feel, speak, then sense of creation, initiation, action, feeling, hearing. ये आपके जो 10 senses हैं, they are also aligned. And the 4th is your soul should be aligned. Today why you are not powerful? आपका शरीर कहता है नहीं नहीं मुझे ये नहीं करना है, माइंड कहता है नहीं ये करना है, सेंस कहता है it's too much for me. आज आपके ही लोग अपने आपस में अलाइन नहीं है. You don't feel powerful. आज सबको पता है योग का ज्ञान फ्री में बट रहा है. कितने लोग हैं जो अपने बॉडी को फाइट करके सवेरे उठ के आ सके. बॉडी ने कहा नहीं नहीं बारिश है, मैं मेल्ट हो जाऊंगा, मैं भीग जाऊंगा, खांसी हो जाएगी, फिर ऑफिस नहीं जा पाऊंगा. माइंड ने कहा चलो उठो, कहता involves every single discipline to train these true arms. Train the body, train the mind, train the senses, and finally train the soul also. Understand, soul ultimate नहीं है. Soul को भी train करना है कि भैया परमात्मा को सुनो. Because today soul cannot go against the Paramatma. Otherwise Paramatma has to come down to destroy it. Even the soul has to listen to the Paramatma. आज आप सोचो कि you are a wave in an ocean. When will you have energy? One, yes. The wave will have the height, the breadth, the energy because of itself. Because it is aligned to its mind, body, senses. But the wave will have maximum energy when it goes with the ocean. If it tries to go here, उसकी energy खत्म. Resistance से, जबरे से. एक तो छोटी सी बचपन में भी से कोई row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is just a dream. So why they are saying row your boat, live life very calmly, gently down the stream. क्योंकि stream नीचे जा रही है, उसके साथ ही जाओ, अलग मत जाओ. Life is just a fantasy. Live with the life. Today आज आपकी life में there are so many struggles. आज आपको life में लगता है कि I am not getting what I want. You face resistance. All this is because you are not aligned. You are not aligned to yourself. The more and more you start getting aligned to yourself, you start understanding the complete meaning of life, and then you live with the life and you realize everything is great. So जो कुछ intelligent लोग होते हैं, वो क्या करते हैं? वो realize करते हैं कि इतना भंवर है, छोड़ दो, जाओ ऊपर mountains में, they start meditating. They don't do anything. Many of them have not even attended school, but they just meditate. Just when they meditate, finally what happens? The yoga happens, and they realize, oh, I am the all knowledge that I am seeking. I don't need to go to school, college, anywhere. Whatever is needed by me is already inside me. आज जो आप स्कूल जाते हो, कॉलेज जाते हो, आप कुछ नहीं सीखते हो. बस आपके अंदर का जो है वो रेजोनेंस से ऊपर आता है. Many things you already know. आज आप अपनी पूरी नॉलेज को देखो, इसमें से कितनी नॉलेज है आपको दुनिया से मिली है. Lot of knowledge you already know. Yes or no? आज एक चिड़िया का बच्चा है, आज इंसान का बच्चा भी पैदा होता है. He knows how to suckle milk. He knows how to cry when he is hungry. So many things we already know in our life. Even when a child grows up, we are surprised. बच्चे को इतनी बातें कैसे पता है? Because all the knowledge is actually inside. या तो आप किताबों से सीखो. You learn from masters. You attend workshops. It's fine. You keep on attending workshops. You keep on reading books. But a time has to come when you have to go within. Today, no guru can take you where you have to go. No book will give you all the knowledge that you need to have. Yes, you will go to different workshops, you will go to different gurus, because you will learn कि मुझे क्या चीज़ पसंद है, क्या मेरा path है. But after some time, the real journey begins only by going within. क्योंकि knowledge gain करने से कुछ नहीं होता है. You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your limitations. So, basically, all types of yoga involves three things. It involves exercises, it involves breathing, it involves a lot of meditation. Every type of yoga involves this. Meditation means basically, yes, calming yourself, listening to your deeper within, and every yoga involves exercise also, breathing also, meditation. तो एक्सरसाइज जो करते हैं हम फिजिकल, वो किसका योग होता है? किसको ट्रेन करता है? एक्सरसाइज. बॉडी. एक्सरसाइज ट्रेन्स द बॉडी. ब्रीदिंग. ब्रीदिंग एक्चुअली ट्रेन्स द सेंसेस. आपका जो सेंसेस हैं, जो हम कहते हैं हनुमान, हु इज गवर्न्ड बाय हनुमान. और हनुमान किसके पुत्र थे? पवन. तो जब आप ब्रीदिंग पे कंट्रोल लाते हो बाय डिफरेंट प्राणायाम, बेसिकली यू गेट कंट्रोल ऑफ योर सेंसेस. So all types of exercises related to breathing, they actually help in senses. Why do you do meditation? Why? Meditation you do for controlling your mind. So every type of yoga involves all these three: the body, the mind, the senses. Chakra Yoga, maybe when we talk about Mooladhara, we talk about how important it is for you to train your body, how you have to do Pratyahar. All these things we talk in Chakra Yoga because you have to train your body. Senses we do by releasing, by doing release meditations, we release the fears, and definitely meditation is a part of it. So there are 4 ways in which you can achieve the yoga. There are 4 independent ways. Now what are the 4 independent ways by which we can achieve this yoga? Every person is aligned to a specific way. You can choose any of the ways. So what is the first way? भक्ति योग. ये जो 4 योग होते हैं, भक्ति, ज्ञान, ध्यान, कर्म. आप ये चारों में से कोई भी बात चूज कर सकते हो to get the योग. It's not necessary to choose, multiple. Just one. And basically what is yoga? Yoga is a union. It's a union of yourself with the Paramatma. It is a realization that I am living a limited self, but I know who I am. It's a realization of who you are. Bhakti Yoga is the sweetest and shortest way, जिसमें इतना प्यार करो अपने परमात्मा को कि खुद को ही भूल जाओ. That is Bhakti. You have to dissolve your ego so much. अपने आप को इतना डिसॉल्व कर लो, जो मीरा ने डिसॉल्व कर लिया अपने आप को कृष्ण में, चैतन्य ने अपने आप को डिसॉल्व कर लिया, सूरदास ने डिसॉल्व कर लिया. जब तुम भक्ति में इतने लीन हो गए कि there is no separation between the devotee and the God, you reach it. You reach the yoga. You will achieve Param Gyan. You will start writing books. You can start guiding people. You can live in eternal bliss in Bhakti Yoga. Some people find this path the beautiful and the easiest. Second is Karma Yoga. कर्म योग मीन्स आप अपने कर्म को इतनी निष्ठा से करो, इतनी निष्ठा से. There is no separation between you and the doer becomes the doing. Today people like Bill Gates, people successful industrialists, people who have invented, people who have discovered, they are no less than the people who have gone through Bhakti Yoga or any other yoga. When the doer becomes the doing, it is a yoga. If you invent something, if you do something for the world has never seen before, you will achieve enlightenment, you will achieve yoga. Because doer doing में तभी merge हो सकता है जब वो अपना ego निकाल दे, अपने fears निकाल दे. Yes or no? Because finally, what is consciousness? What is the nature of consciousness? बताइए. Consciousness का स्वरूप क्या है? कॉन्शियस क्रिएशन नहीं है. यस. सोचो कि हमको जो मर्ज करना है आत्मा को परमात्मा में, तो कॉन्शियसनेस का स्वरूप क्या है? व्हाट इज इट? क्या है इसका स्वरूप? इज इट जस्ट नथिंग और व्हाट इज द स्वरूप ऑफ द कॉन्शियसनेस? यू आर सेइंग इट इज लव. यस. रियलाइजेशन इज नॉट द स्वरूप ऑफ कॉन्शियसनेस. Love is yes a trait of consciousness, पर उसका स्वरूप वो भी नहीं. Happiness and bliss तो आ जाता है when you merge with consciousness, but understand the nature of consciousness is केवल ज्ञान. It is pure knowledge. Consciousness को बोलते ही केवल ज्ञान, उसका word is केवल ज्ञान. केवल ज्ञान. It is just a jnana. That is why when people achieve the yoga, they have all the jnana. They know everything. Yes? So why you say that when people invent something, when people discover something, every unique person gives a unique thing to the world? Yes or no? Every enlightened person either gives a book, either gives a teaching, either gives a piece of music. He gives something to the world. Is it all this ज्ञान only? Yes or no? कोई ना कोई फील्ड का ज्ञान है ना, कोई लिटरेरी ज्ञान है, कोई फिजिक्स का, कोई केमिस्ट्री का, कोई म्यूजिक में, कोई मैथ्स में. The consciousness is ever expanding ज्ञान. It's a ज्ञान. So understand, when the doer becomes the doing, he becomes pure ज्ञान, and that is enlightenment. So this is the second part of Karma Yoga. Anybody who does his work with pure dedication, शुद्ध निष्ठा के साथ जब वो कर्म करता है, वो कर्म ही उसको सब कुछ सिखा देता है, and he becomes so involved in that. That is why big discoveries in this world was made, and that is केवल ज्ञान. Third, ध्यान योग. ध्यान योग means when a person meditates. Dhyan yoga is when the person meditates on himself and tries to discover, yes, what is me. Dhyan yoga involves pranayam, mantra yoga, kriya, asan. आप जब देखिए, what is the difference between asan and exercise? Exercise is not asan. जब आप आसन करते हो, you need supreme concentration of the mind and senses. Yes or no? आप जितने भी आसन करते हो, you can't do it when your thoughts are somewhere else. उसमें आपको ब्रीदिंग को भी देखना पड़ता है. हर आसन में ब्रीदिंग बाहर है, ब्रीदिंग अंदर है. Yes or no? अपना बॉडी कौन से एंगल के ऊपर है, माइंड को कंसंट्रेट करना पड़ता है. तो आसन is actually involvement of all the three. When these three are trained with the body, you naturally achieve the training of them. You naturally achieve the yoga. So, understand that physical asan, pranayam, mantra yoga, raj yoga, hatha yoga, kriya yoga, everything comes in dhyan yoga. Dhyan yoga में बहुत meditation होता है. Meditation on different chakras, meditation on the beach mantra of chakras. आप deeply अपने अंदर जाते हो. उसमें people talk about experiences. I saw light, I saw that. That is all. Many of the people at Dhyan Yoga basically involves a lot of meditation. आपको पता है बुद्धा का कैसे enlightenment हुआ था? बुद्ध का. He left his kingdom. Then he found that in spite of all this wealth, we are not happy, and why people are sad. So finally he decided, let me leave, and he went and started meditating. And he decided कि मैं उठूंगा ही नहीं जब तक I don't get the answer. I will not get up. He meditated and flash. In Dhyan Yoga, he achieved enlightenment. आप Google में पढ़िए, how many people have achieved enlightenment and different ways. You know, there is a person, Eckhart Tolle, who has written this book, Power of Now. उसका पता है? Yes? Eckhart Tolle. How did he, get enlightenment? Once, he was very depressed in life. कि यार ये क्या जिंदगी है, सच बिल्कुल depressed. He just sat on a park bench and he said, I don't want to live with myself anymore. Who doesn't want to live with himself? He realized there are two people. वो realization से he realized the power of now, and he was able to release the second person and he achieved yoga. आपको पता है योग कब होता है? जब आप ये डबल लोगों को निकाल देते हो. ये डबल लोग कौन है? ये डबल? ईगो. ये जो आपको कहता है, जितना आपको फियर क्रिएट करता है, यू आर नॉट गुड इनफ, मुझे नहीं जाना अभी क्लास में, मैं भीग जाऊंगा. इट इज नॉट यू, इट इज योर ईगो. जिस दिन आपने डबल पर्सन को पहचान लिया, यू कैन अचीव योग. Because yoga doesn't mean mixing the double person with you. It means moving him away, shooing him away. So, जितने भी आप enlightened लोगों की story पढ़ो, it is very miraculous story. One lady was just standing on the platform. Just platform where you were standing, and then sudden a moment comes. See, it doesn't come just like a miracle. You have been meditating on it for long. What is it? What is it? And then suddenly you realize, oh my, I'm one with everybody. I'm just one with everybody. योग का मीनिंग है, इट्स अ रियलाइजेशन. देयर इज नो सेपरेशन बिटवीन मी एंड द अदर पर्सन. यू रियलाइज दैट यस, इट इज द सेम कॉन्शियसनेस जो मेरे अंदर है, जो इसके अंदर भी है. योग मीन्स दैट आई एम ऑल. आई एम ऑल. इट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ योग. ये टुडे माया कैसे क्रिएट हुई है? माया इज द ऑपोजिट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी. आज माया में ही सारे लोग फंसे हैं. और माया क्यों क्रिएट हुई है? बिकॉज यू थिंक यू आर डिफरेंट. और आप कुछ भी गलत सोचते हो, इट कॉजेस इल्यूजन. इल्यूजन मीन्स इनसेसेंट थिंकिंग. आज आपके दिमाग में बहुत सारे थॉट्स हैं. यस और नो? व्हेन यू क्लोज योर माइंड, इतने सारे थॉट्स हैं. इट मीन्स यू आर इन माइंड. ये थॉट्स क्यों हैं? बिकॉज दे आर रॉन्ग. Why they are coming to you again and again? Because you are in illusion. Illusion of pleasure, illusion of pain. आँख बंद करके अपने थॉट्स को देखो. एक एक थॉट एक इल्यूजन है. एक एक थॉट. आज अगर आपके मन को बंद करो और पिक्चर का गाना चल रहा है, इल्यूजन ऑफ म्यूजिक. एक कोई मूवी दिख रही है, इल्यूजन ऑफ मूवी. घर के झगड़े दिख रहे हैं, इल्यूजन ऑफ झगड़े. सारे पैसे के फियर्स दिख रहे हैं, इल्यूजन ऑफ मनी. एक एक जो दिमाग में थॉट है, इट इज एन इल्यूजन. वो झूठ है, झूठ. योग का पतंजलि योग सूत्र में जो एक्चुअल मीनिंग एक सेंटेंस में योग का मीनिंग दिया गया है. योग चित्ती वृत्ति चित्त वृत्ति निरोध. योग चित्त वृत्ति निरोध. ये 4 वर्ड्स में यू कैन डिफाइन ऑल द योग. योग मीन्स जो आपका चित्त है. चित्त क्या है? कलेक्शन ऑफ योर थॉट्स. इट इज हियर. जिस दिन आपके कलेक्शन ऑफ थॉट्स में देयर इज जीरो वृत्ति, यू व्हाट यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. लाइक यू नो, यू मिक्स मिल्क एंड वाटर. मिक्स हो जाता है. यस, कोई भी टाइप के इक्वल डेंसिटी वाले लिक्विड मिक्स हो जाते हैं. आप ऑयल डालोगे तो ऊपर फ्लोट होता है. टुडे यू आर दैट ऑयल विद द रित्तीज. इतनी सारी रित्तीज हैं कि यू आर द ऑयल फ्लोटिंग इन द वाटर. जैसे ही आप योग करके चित्त रित्ती निरोध करोगे, उसकी डेंसिटी कम हो जाएगी. पता ही नहीं लगेगा कब मर जाओगे. पता ही नहीं लगेगा. कोई एक्सरसाइज नहीं करनी है. अपने अंदर के चित्त को साफ करना है, उसको क्लेंस करना है. And that is what we do in the 4th योग, which is ज्ञान योग. जो ज्ञान योग होता है, it uses pure knowledge. ज्ञान योग वाले लोग हैं जो बुक्स लिखते हैं, जिन्होंने वेद लिखा है, जिन्होंने पुराण लिखे हैं, जो इतनी सारी बुक्स लिखी गई हैं, that is ज्ञान. Today if you hear people, Deepak Chopra speaking, or you hear Shiv Khera speaking, or if you hear the speaker speaking, you know, it is pure ज्ञान. So today Chakra Yoga is a Gyan Yoga. We don't really focus so much on meditation. We focus on the pure Gyan. Everything is an illusion till you don't see anything. You see only you are there. Today आप मन से पूछते हो मैं जाऊँ कि नहीं जाऊँ. मन कहता है नहीं अभी नहीं. ये दो लोग बात कर रहे हैं ना. जिस दिन आप बोलोगे जाओ खाओ रहो. मतलब the day only one person remains, that is you. तो ज्ञान योग में डेफिनेटली यू हैव डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंसेस, बट देन द एक्सपीरियंस इज डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द एक्सपीरियंस. अगेन देयर इज अ सेपरेशन. सो चक्र योग में इट इज अ ज्ञान योग वेयर वी यूज द नॉलेज ऑफ द चक्रास, यू नो, टू सी कि क्या सच है, व्हाट आई शुड बी डूइंग, एंड रिलीज द रित्तीज ऑफ द डिफरेंट चक्रास. एंड वंस यू रिलीज द फियर ऑफ द 7 चक्रास, यू अचीव. आज योग को जो रित्तीज को we have divided into 7 parts because there are only 7 types of riddhis, 7 categories of riddhis. There are only 7. There is no 8th riddhi. ये 7 categories of riddhis are divided in each of the chakras. और each chakra के fear creates its riddhi. And once you release the fear of each chakra, all your riddhis are gone. So basically the chitta becomes cleansed. So पतंजलि के जो योग सूत्र हैं, it forms the basis of all the योग. उसमें भी अष्टांग योग है, 8 टाइप्स ऑफ योग है, जिसमें यम, नियम, धारण, ध्यान, जितने भी उन्होंने सारी की सारी चीज़ों को मिक्स करके लिखा है कि देयर आर 8 टाइप्स। उसमें यम है, नियम है, आसन है, प्राणायाम है, प्रत्याहार है, धारण, ध्यान, समाधि। So these are the 8 parts, 8 limbs of yoga. In Chakra Yoga we cover all the 8. We tell the importance of all the 8 so that a person can achieve the ultimate yoga. Okay? So today in this workshop, well, let us do an exercise. Let us fill up a form and find out कि मेरे अंदर कौन कौन सी लिखती है. Yes or no? Do you all want to do a self-assessment test? Yes. Okay? तो थोड़ा detailed test होगा और उससे at least you will come to know कि what are the limitations, what are the fears inside you, and basically fears only have to be released. Please understand again and again. आप डर जाते हो सोच के कि मुझे कितना सीखना है. आपको कुछ नहीं सीखना है. You have to only release the fear which is stopping you from learning. The moment वो block जाएगा, you will open yourself and you will automatically absorb the learning. It took me a while to realize everything comes from the top. Nothing is learned in this school. And not even learned from the top. When you say from the top, actually it is within you. It is already within your brain. You just have to download. Every single knowledge, every single awareness, every single talent that you need to have has to be downloaded, and only from the chip. It has to be downloaded, but you can only download it when you don't have fear. Fear जो है उस चीज को blur करता है. Like I just remember an example. A client came to me just 4 days back. Okay, I'll give you a typical example. 4 days back, this client came to me. He was in lot of fears. काफी nervous था, scared था. So he said that I'm doing a business with my father. और मेरे father का एक business था, एक standard level पे चल रहा था. I came with my new ideas. तो what happened? मैंने काफी machines में invest किया. हमारा गया तो सही काफी ऊपर ग्राफ. But then what happened? इतने सारे loans हैं. We have now several crores of loans. And every day my father keeps on telling me कि इतने loans हो गए, loans वाले भी call करते हैं. So I'm totally losing my confidence. Okay, so he was in that state. Okay, lost confidence, feeling a lot guilty also because he felt that I had done something wrong to the business which my father had established in so many years. So there was guilt also, there was low self-confidence, there was self-doubt, there was fear of the money lenders. So he was totally stressed out and definitely his chakras were blocked. जब उसको मैंने बता दिया आपको ये पेन होगा, वो पेन होगा, मैडम ये सब पेन है, I have got all these pains, so definitely सारे चक्र ब्लॉक थे. So after that, what I did was I helped him to identify his fears. कि ये जो आप डर है, ये सारा आपका definition है कि I am guilty. Who says you are guilty? But you are a young generation. Your father has handled this business for so long, right? It's your rightful place. So I helped him see the entire thing in a new light. उसकी same business को मैंने कहा इस तरीके से देखो कि yes, turnover ऊपर आएगा, loan भी होगा, I will pay it off, it will take time, but the answers will not come today. It will come after 2 years, 3 years. Tell your father to be in one position, to not interfere, and you take charge. और मैंने उसको पूरा scenario समझाया and I gave him Rudraksh also. This person comes to me after 5 days. Totally different face. Say, ma'am, एक तो सबसे पहले मैंने जब आया था ना, मैंने आपका ऑफिस ही नहीं देखा. कहते पहली बार I've seen कि आपके ऑफिस में ये सब है, ऑफिस is beautiful. कहते I'm surprised कि I never noticed all these things before. And then he said कि जब मैं अभी मेरे को by chance I had to go on a tour, and there I found कि मेरे को इतनी सारी गलतियाँ पता लगी कि हम ये गलती कर रहे थे. मैं 2-3 ऑर्डर्स भी लेकर आ गया जब मैंने उनको कुछ आइडियाज दिए. So I was able to actually, get a lot of business also, solve a lot of problems also, and suddenly मुझे दुनिया थोड़ी बड़ी दिख रही. Are you realizing that? Because of fears, his vision had become very narrow. Because fears create constant thoughts, illusions, तो आपको सच्चाई दिखती ही नहीं. The answer is there, but you are not able to see. So because of that cloud of fears and guilt and stresses and anxiety, he was not able to see the solution. Okay, what can I do to bring the business out? I am right. I just have to use my wisdom. But wisdom तो use ही नहीं हो सकता till you are in so many thoughts. और जब वो थोड़ा शांत हुआ, he was able to see opportunity. He got new orders for the company. He was able to find where are the faults. Isn't that the path of success? Yes or no?
Yes.
So we'll distribute some form and everybody will do a self-analysis. So you can understand yoga in a very simple way. Okay? Think that there is a big body of water. Okay? There is a big body of water. Water के अंदर ना छोटा सा pond है, right? उसके अंदर भी कुछ है, उसके अंदर भी कुछ है. सबके अंदर concentric circles हैं. जब आपका body का योग होता है, like when I achieved the yoga of my body, my mind, I could feel my mind here. I could feel my brain in my tips of my toes. I could see the world from the tip of my toes. क्योंकि ऊपर से नीचे तक mind आ गया. So mind came over the body. Then I lost my sense of body. So today I don't have anybody saying don't get up, don't do this, because there is no body left. The body dies. It just goes away. There is no sense that I have got a body. This is called a yoga. And when did the yoga happen? When every possible lesson of the body, which I have incorporated in the Mooladhara Chakra Sadhana, I actually put it in my cell of my body. The fear of work, the fear of instability, the fear of survival. Every single fear, when I released and ingrained in my body, that my body will be well taken care of when I give its control to the mind. Listen to this part carefully. The day I told my body, you will be well taken care of when the mind controls you. Because the body was saying, no, no, I have to survive. I have a fear of survival. When the body was told, body is Ganesha. Ganesha had to be told that Ma, Parvati will take care of you. So then the body surrenders its own identity. That if I stop bothering her, she can do her work properly. Then the body surrenders. So that time the body consciousness totally went away. So that was the merger of the body. After that came, are you interested in hearing this? After that came the turn of the mind. Okay, I saw that the mind became very unruly, right? So what happened when I used to do exercise, when I used to start running and jogging, my mind used to tell, I used to tell my mind, no, I want to run 10, I want to run 15. My mind used to say, can you mind your own business? Actually my mind used to tell me, can you mind your own business? It used to fight with me, it used to revolt with me. And I used to tell the mind, no, you have to run, you have to do this, you have to learn this. And the mind started protesting. I could see it like a different identity. It was fighting with me. It was fighting in its role as a healer, in its role as a mother, role as a spouse. I saw the difference of the mind. And then I saw that I was comparing between different minds. Oh, he knows this, I don't know. I saw myself comparing between different minds, sometimes feeling myself superior and sometimes feeling myself inferior. So this identity of the mind was trying hard to survive, very hard, right? And then it took me a couple of months where, I was able to see my mind, and then a day happened, with me. The last, when I told my mind, your journey is over. And that was a very beautiful day, because it was a day where, I saw a vision that Parvati was meditating for years and years. That, she was meditating for Shiva to accept her. Are you understanding? What I realized was that, the ego of my mind was not allowing my mind to surrender to the soul. Because ego wanted to survive. So what happened was, it kept on telling me, Neeta, your knowledge is not enough. There is lot more to learn. There is lot more to learn. So I used to keep on thinking, yes, I have to learn more. I don't know this, I don't know that. But then, what happened was that when one day, a realization happened that I am not accepting Parvati. Like, see, I am always seeing the spiritual figures. Maybe, I don't know, it could be because of some samskara. But that was the day when I realized that, my mind was so many years is what I have heard, maybe like the hearsay from people. But these type of stories, they come to me automatically, you know, because they are ingrained in our consciousness, at least in the Hindus. You know, even if you don't read, you know, I don't even watch the serial also. I never watch television also. But all these things are ingrained in our cells through DNA. So we know it. So basically what happened was, that was the day, you know, I cried like anything. I had so many tears in my eyes. When I felt so sorry for Parvati, who was meditating for years, asking Shiva that please accept me. You know, I hope this is a, you know, a story which people know. That Shiva was not ready to accept her and she wanted to marry him only. So basically marry him was a merger of the mind and the soul. So she meditated for so many eons, and then Shiva felt that yes, now she is qualified, that I can accept her as my wife. That day Shivratri happened. So actually in my life, actually during Shivratri only the merger happened. Coincident. So I feel that these festivals are very, very important days in which if you meditate. So actually if you see that in Shivratri we hold a night Abhishek every year. So actually in Shivratri, the marriage between Shiva and Parvati, it just happened as a realization that when my mind, you know, it just fell from here. It just fell and it merged with the soul. So basically here I don't have a mind. So it looks quite funny, but actually there is no mind here. No mind means actually there are zero thoughts in my brain. When I talk to you or when I sit still, whether I meditate or I don't meditate, it is the same. Because I can close my eyes and go deep in samadhi, or I can open my eyes and talk to you, because actually there is no mind. But this is a process which every single person goes through. It is just a journey. आज एक बच्चा 12th standard में है और एक बच्चा 2nd standard में. So you won't say 12th वाला ज़्यादा qualified है, 2nd वाला नहीं. Yes or no? It is time, right? God has made the structure like a pyramid. A person who reaches top, he teaches the other person come up. So like this, then the senses came. The third journey was of the senses. The senses kept on distracting me. The sense of smell, touch, taste, sight. And especially when you are in the journey, the apsaras, no, they dance in front of you. They just dance, literally dance. So I have written poems and books about Maya. Because Maya is such an illusion, it doesn't let you feel. So basically, I had to fight for this Maya. You know, I did lot of pratyahar. Pratyahar means fasting. Even till today, since the last 2 years, I don't eat meat, I don't eat rice, I don't eat anything spicy. Because if I do anything like that, it can take me into Maya till I don't reach the last stage. So I gave up on many things in my life, you know, and so basically I gave up on all the chutney and all the pickles and all these things, because I realized the moment I eat it, the next day my body, my senses say, come on, let us eat that more. So the moment I said eat more, stop. Nothing, no thought, out. I will not touch it in my life. I used to pick up and throw that bottle in the dustbin. So I had to fight a lot of pratyahar. And I think I must have told you all before that one thing that helped me was, to conquer the pratyahar was that during Navratri, I decided that I will eat only one item. To be hungry all the time was a little difficult, but I decided I will eat only one item. So I meditated on sometime. I said, what item should I eat? It can't be sweet, it can't be, Then I said, okay, let me eat makhane. That white popcorn. First day, makhane. I ate 3-4 bowls of makhane. Second day, makhane. I ate makhane. Third day, makhane, my God. Then fourth day, hungry, makhane, hunger gone. So I realized that we are not hungry actually for the food, because we have enough fat within us to survive for maybe 100 days. But we actually eat only for taste. So whenever the monkeys within me, the senses within me used to jump, food, I used to say, okay, makhane. They used to just die. So 9 days when I showed it makhane, I couldn't eat. Then last 4 days I didn't eat at all, and surprisingly I was not hungry also. So I realized, with all these things,